G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Today is a very, very, very special day. Now, I'm not talking about because I'm doing this video or I'm going to cover James Pierre for about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm talking about this. I get to play with this paddle, Christian 46, in about an hour's time that I'm making the video right now. I'm going to go and use this and see how it goes. So thank you once again to Gene. You're absolute legend. So cool. Maybe I can take a photo. Take a photo and send it to Christian 46 and try and get his attention. And if you know him as well, if you know Christian 46, please let him know that I have a paddle. I have a YouTube channel. I would love to get him on the show. I've reached out to him via Instagram. Look, these guys are busy. They're football players. And he hasn't written back yet, but that's fine, right? I've been trying to reach out to players, but it is really tough being from Australia and also the internet and basically getting their attention via email, messenger, whatever it may be. It's really hard to get their attention. I'm not Ramon Foster. I'm not Ike Taylor. I'm not DK Sports. I'm a bloke in his room talking Pittsburgh Steelers. So today's very cool. I get to use this paddle, playing in about an hour's time. So that's awesome. Right? Okay. In other news, there's nothing really happening too much in Steeler Nation in the last 3 or 4 days. I think we got an absolute, like, I don't know, just kamikaze whirlwind, earthquake of news. Just everything happens so fast, like just big flood of news. And we're like, it was insane how we got 2 quarterbacks traded away, Deontay, Kenny Pickett, Queen. All these things started happening. Okay. And now it's a bit quieter because Mike Tomlin, Omar Khan, they're going around the pro days and they're going to different colleges and scouting for the draft and maybe not working on contracts as much. Or the second wave of the free agent period is just kind of quiet at the moment. Haven't really signed anyone. But we did lose a player. And I do want to talk about this player. That is James Pierre, number 42. He was a special teamer, undrafted guy for the Steelers, played for about 4 years. I liked him. I thought he was a good player. I read some comments on Facebook, and this tells me how much you know about football. I'm not trying to make that a competition, but I read some comments and I was saying, oh, he sucks. I'm glad he's gone. James Pierre was a good teamer. In his career, or the last, they tried him at cornerback, right? But mostly in his career, he was a teamer and he was a gunner. And I've talked about gunners on this program, not Gunnar Olszewski, but gunners on this program many times. I love the work that Miles Boykin did last year. Also, James Pierre. Those two fellas down the sidelines, they didn't allow any punt returns for TDs. The average was, I think from memory, I just checked it, was 8.6 yards allowed, right? Pretty low. So gunners are very important. Punters are people too. So are long snappers. Christian 46. The whole team's unit did very well last year in the fact that they didn't allow big plays. And now they're going to have to replace James Pierre, number 42. And some will say, oh, it's easy. It's whatever. But we'll soon find out, right? Now, they did go and get Van Jefferson. I know he's going to be like a third receiver, maybe, fourth. So I don't know if he's played the gunner position before, where you got to get past the defenders and run down and almost speed line to the returner. But Boykin did very well, and they've yet to sign him. And now James Pierre is gone, right? So I wanted to bring this up too. I found 2 good tweets I want to talk about, and that is my good mate Jeffrey Benedict. And this I agree with him. This is why I made the video. I agree with him 1,000%. So Jeffrey says here, as a guy that loves special teams coverage units, I will miss James Pierre. Watching Pierre Miles Boykin cover punts was one of the highlights of the last few seasons. You see what I'm saying? And I've been saying the exact same thing for like 2 years as well. Watching those 2 guys do what they do, they beat the 2 defenders, run down the field, and make sure they don't get any yardage is a key part to the NFL. Not just talking about the quarterback or the running back or George Pickens or whatever it may be. Those 2 blokes on the outside playing gunners with a good punter. Now we have the Australian guy, Cameron Johnston, punting down the field. But right now, we have not signed Miles Boykin, and James Pierre is gone. So it's pretty interesting. It's a big part of the team. Jeffrey says, watching Pierre and Boykin was covering punts was the highlights of the last few seasons. Obviously not a priority role, but he was really good at it, and I will miss watching him. I will too. And I wish him all the luck. He signed a 1-year deal to. He signed a 1-year deal to the Commanders. This area is just insane. If you heard that, there's someone chopping down a tree. He signed a 1-year deal to the Commanders, so I wish him all the luck. Now, also, I wanted to bring this up too. This is from Sports Illustrated. It says here, Pierre, who signed with the Steelers as an undrafted free agent coming out of Florida Atlantic in 2020, appeared in 66 games, 6 of which he was starts. And over the 4 seasons, Pittsburgh, he accounted for 94 total tackles, 2 interceptions, 8 passes defended. And Pierre had the role as a teamer during his time with the Steelers. He accounted for 936 special team snaps and 727 defensive snaps, right? So some Steelers fans out there were like, oh, he was nothing. We don't need him. Who cares? Whatever. He played a pretty big role over the last 4 seasons with the team. So in 2020, he's now only 27 years of age. Eight deflections, 3 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. And he had 1 fumble himself somehow, so maybe he got from a return that he had. And he has tackles, over 94 tackles, and 1 tackle for a loss, and 23 assists. So the guy was involved. But most of all, he was involved in being a gunner on the outside, chasing down the returner and making sure the big plays didn't happen inside Danny Smith's, special teams offense. Anyways, that's my little thing about him. I was just wanted to give him a bit of love, shout out, and wish him more luck to the Commanders. And now the Steelers got to figure out who's going to fill in for Boykin and who's going to fill in James Pierre. Because as Jeff says, as a guy watching teams and putting them together, yeah, it was a few good highlights where they were running down the field. I remember him getting a pick on a few occasions or forcing a fumble. He wasn't the guy to come in and go one-on-one. And, sometimes he did get burnt in coverage, right? That happens. As a cornerback, he wasn't the best cornerback out there. But as a teamer, he was pretty good. And the Steelers now need to go and fill that role. Anyways, guys, that's it. I'm going to go play with the paddle. First day today. I don't know if you heard outside, but there was someone chopping down a tree. I've got angry neighbors, people chopping down trees. It's all happening. So anyways, guys, today is the first day. We're still carrying on. Today's the first day. I'm going to use this. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you later.